I'm planting a couple of trees today, so naturally I'm up at a toilet. There's a reason I'm here though. This is the customer toilet. This is a nat soil composting toilet. It's a really nice high-end unit, you know, no smell, no issues. You know, it's a really nice thing. Phenomenal, can't say enough nice things about it. And it comes with a urinal. Now conventionally that I go in the toilet cubicle, but I don't like that because this is a really nice toilet. There's no odour whatsoever. With a urinal, there's always a possibility of odour, you know. I mean, male urine stinks. It's as simple as that. Let's acknowledge it. And it's really windy. Place the urinal outside. Now that works really well. There's no smell. Phenomenal. It's great. You don't really need an actual toilet. You know, this is a pretty respectable privacy screen, so that people coming up to the building don't, aren't confronted by someone taking a pee. And really, around this side, it's just not an issue. You know, there just isn't anyone. On the odd occasion when a farmer goes past, it's on a quad bike. You're going to hear. But I'd always planned in the long term to put a trellis up here and then train some plants across it. And to that end, we've got some honeysuckle here. That was going to be the plan. And then also to train it up and over and across the front of the building, just to look nice as well, because we got these nice bits of natural wood integrated. It's not structural, it's just bolted on, so it's easy to swap out as it gets a bit too rotten to be used, but it'll last a good long time. So yeah, I was going to put the trellis on and away we go. But I'd also toyed with the idea of, wouldn't it be nice to trellis something like an apple tree across here? That'd be really nice. Still allow loads of airflow through, because it's right at the top of the ridge here. I mean, you can see that it's just horizon all the way around. I mean, it's one of the more picturesque peas you'll ever have, you know, and that horizon continues right around the rest of the building. You know, it's right up on the top. So yes, you know, it's never going to be an issue having a nice breeze through here. So it's better for the apples, and of course it stops any odour from the urinal. Great. Trouble with apples is they're really slow growing, but we've acquired some apple trees, and these things are huge. I mean, they're like 6 foot plus. They're not the best varieties, but I'm just seeing them as just a base stock. They were espaliered against a house. They were mine just for coming to collect them. So yeah, we've acquired these. We fetched them back yesterday. We kept the root balls moist overnight, and they're going in today. But first things first, I've got to get the trellis up here. So yeah, I'll get the trellis in place, and then I'll offer up the trees and, you know, show you where I think they're going to go. That is the trellis up, and you can see just the size of them. Now they're going to drop by about a foot, of course, because they're going to be, you know, buried into the ground. But you can see the size of them. I mean, even for all of that, I think I might have to take a bit off the top of this one, and that one is just about perfect. I'll do a little bit of training. I might take out that, you know, there's a bit of pruning need to be done. We lost some small branches just with having to bring them in the van, but yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That is a huge asset. I mean, these are decades old, these trees. So we've got, now let me see which is which. This one is a James Grieve. Now that is susceptible to scab, so we're probably not going to keep it as is, but we'll keep the main tree for the scaffold, and then we'll graft varieties that we want onto it. Probably more keeping varieties, because this is a really premium spot up here, so it should do really well. And this is an Ellison's Orange. Now this is the opposite of a keeping variety. It's absolutely delicious apparently, but it keeps a matter of, you know, like a week once it's been picked. So it's an all at once kind of tree. So we'll keep it as is. We probably won't graft to it immediately until we've had a couple of seasons out of it, because I like the idea of a tree that you can just eat as much as you like. You know, we'll have a lot of other tree for, you know, the varieties for keeping and so on, and processing. So yeah, that's the size of them, they're huge. Right, I'm going to get them into the ground before they get any drier. And that's finished. You can see I've done a little bit of pruning. There was a bit of diseased wood down there, so I've removed that one. And also this branch here was so inflexible that I couldn't, it just wouldn't bend to the left. So with that out of the way, I'm able to move this one and this one and get them trained off. I've got to do a bit of research about espalier systems, I suppose. It's not something I've ever done a huge amount of. So these are now going to get a couple of buckets of water each, just to really settle them in nicely. And then, yeah, very pleased with that. This one here will have, over this summer, we'll slowly, because this one's been brought right to the edge here, we'll slowly move material this way. So we'll have 3 levels of growth that'll be trained off to this trellis. So it'll go right around the corner. This one here, we're just gonna, well actually yes, and then that's gonna come across here as well, but I'm not gonna cut. To do that I'd have to saw this one off, and I don't want to do that this year. It's had enough stress already, so we'll just give them this year just to recover and do what they're going to do, and we'll start grafting and training them next year. This is the one that's going to be grafted. It's so susceptible to disease that we're probably not going to grow it as itself here, but we could easily take that branch there, put scion wood on, and then grow that around. We could even take one by one, take a branch off, put a new scion, graft some scion wood on, and just take each of these fans out as a completely different cultivar, which is probably what we'll do. Yeah, very pleased with that. That's instant high value espalier system.